lot of hail reports coming in. 64 mile per hour wind gusts. 3-inch hail in Custer County near Gates. 3-inch. That is bigger than baseballs. Let's see. All right, chat. How's everybody doing this evening? Still don't know. You know what? I'm doing this on Facebook too, so I'm trying to figure out if I'm actually there or not. Need my microphone. There we go. I don't know. I can't really see it. I don't know if I am or not. Hello everybody. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's working. Okay. I don't think I'm on Facebook, but I'm trying. So don't mind me as I figure stuff out. Let me see. Let's save that one. Just saving some storm reports here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Alright, still trying to figure out this Facebook thing. Don't mind me. Pretty good line of storms, and they're not going anywhere. That's the thing. We are going to see these storms stick around for a while. try this a different way. Let's see. Hi everyone. Just trying to set up Facebook. I knew this was going to be a pain in the butt, but I'm trying to figure it out. Might have it, you guys. Hang on, chat. There we go. Okay, may have it. And let's see. There we go. Ah. All right. Now we're live. How's everybody doing? Okay, so back to the matter at hand here. IGBR TV, Lance, Jose, John, Kevin, Cameron, Melissa, Kevin. I gotta text my son. I told him I would. Took me a minute. Hi there, Kevin. Liquid Retro. Good to see you as always. 2005. Live long and prosper, as always. Laura, no, you'll be fine. Storms are a long way away from... Storms are a long way away from Lincoln. In fact, they're just kind of sitting there. This area right here may be in for some flooding. Now this part right here is kind of moving east a little bit, but this right here, as expected, just not going anywhere anytime fast. Tari Forever, good to see you. Devious Access 18. Yeah, kind of did. But don't feel bad. There was a tornado warned part of that storm for a little bit. That's still some decent rain trying to move into the Norfolk area. So that's the good news. Yeah, this area right here is going to have and is having flooding issues already. It was too hot today. Yeah, it got to 90. I mean, it's not the first time this year, but we did get to 90. What time is it? 7:15. It took me like 10 minutes to set up that Facebook thing. Glow shorts. Yeah, hang on. Let's see if this works. There we go. All right, I have my first moderator. Never had a moderator before, so we'll see what happens. Let's see, that was through 7:30, so hanging on to that one. 7:15, okay, everything else is 7:30. So really, the severe part of this is kind of winding down a little bit. It's not over. We're not even close. See, just as I said that. Severe thunderstorm warning all the way up here over by Sioux City. And these are still severe. And it's building into the southwestern corner of the state. And then this over here, that's eventually going to push this way and run into that line of storms. That's going to be interesting. Ooh, a dust storm. That's in Kansas. So it'll be interesting to watch. Let's see. It was Kevin. Thank you very much. Late tonight for Lincoln, correct. Tanner, yes, it's probably after midnight. Water over multiple county roads in Custer County, so near Taylor, southeast of Taylor, if you're familiar with that. They're seeing some flooding going on. I'm going to hang on to that one. So we do have, here I'm going to do a little housekeeping so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, there we go. So huge area of severe thunderstorm watch. So basically this, I don't know why they didn't include Cherry County, but they didn't. So this whole area kind of looks like a fish. That's until 1 a.m. Okay. And then this area right here is until 8 p.m. local time. And then these three counties, and then basically all of that, is until 10 p.m. Why is it always late? Asks Jose. That's a good question. Lately it has been. Normally, the usual time for storms is from like 5 to 4 or 5 o'clock until like 9 p.m. So these late storms are a little rare for eastern Nebraska. Let's see. Eldon is asking on Facebook, what time do you expect storms in the Lincoln area? Probably around after midnight, I would say. What time in the Beatrice area? Same time. Huscarron. Is it going to split at Beatrice again? The funny thing about that, Jeremy, Kate, I'm doing both. Lots of questions on. Okay, I'm not sure how to. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing both tonight, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So let's see. Anything severe expected in the Nebraska City, Hamburg, Iowa area? Yep, probably. That's from Courtney, probably later on tonight after midnight. Let's see, what time will it get to the Beatrice area? Likely after midnight. Eldon asked the same thing. What about Weston? Where's Weston? I can never remember where some of these are at. Okay. Let's see. Let me fine tune this. Where is Weston? That's what I like about doing this. Now, I'm probably wearing myself thin here. Weston. Where's Weston? Oh, Wahoo. Okay, if that's by Wahoo, then it'll be probably after sunset, but closer to midnight. Okay, nothing there. Let's see. When about Sharpie County? Beardsley A. Cody asked something that I'm not. Saline County? Is this the right setup for severe storms in Lincoln? Not really. It's a good setup for some rain and some thunderstorms and minor severe potential. If they're late at night, do you think you'll be under some type of watch? Yeah, that's a good question. We might get if we're in a severe thunderstorm watch in southeast Nebraska, then we'll probably see some 1-inch hail and some 60 mile per hour wind gusts. But right now, notice Lincoln, Omaha, Beatrice not under that watch, but wouldn't surprise me if we're added. Once these storms eventually start to push east, we'll know more. Because these right now are just kind of slowly making their way east. I mean, and they're not even doing that. It's like 5 miles an hour. Looks like it's getting close to Dawson County. Yep, it is. It's trying. I mean, again, these storms, I could probably log off for an hour and then come back, and these storms will probably be in almost the exact same spot. So this area right here is just, that's where the boundary is. That's where the boundary layer is. Let's see. Oh. And those storms are going to continue to just kind of form right there. Cheryl Patterson on Facebook says, thanks for staying with us here in Seward. I love Seward. I might have to pop over there for the 4th of July this year. Poor Cherry County is so lonely. Craig Hoffman, that's great. That's absolutely great. How much rain for 9th and 8th Street area in Lincoln? That's good. This is working out all right. I can see both now. I can see Facebook and I can see YouTube. So hopefully this works, because some people love YouTube, some people love Facebook, some people love them both, or whatever. If I can get to more people, absolutely fantastic. This is great. Now you should see what I had to do to get this all working. There's got to be an easier way to do this. You left off. You mentioned something funny about it splitting Beatrice. Everybody thinks storms split around them. Every single person. They think storms always split around their town until it doesn't. That's just because you're watching for it. You're waiting for it. You're looking for it. And when it does, you're like, see, it happened. And then that's all you remember. You don't remember all the times that heavy rain, just like North Platte probably thinks that all the time. And look what's happened. And Broken Bow. And look what's happening right now over both of those towns. Broken Bow and North Platte just getting pummeled. And I guarantee you, because I've seen it, Broken Bow and North Platte, I've seen people say it 1,000 times. Oh, storms split every time it gets close to us. Not this time. Kevin asked, what happened? Did it just stop and it's not moving? No, it formed, but there's nothing to push it. There's no low-level jet. There's no cold front. This is just kind of a boundary layer that's just sitting right there. It'll eventually, this right here, this off to the west, that's going to push it east. So we're kind of waiting for those storms in western Nebraska to run into those storms in central Nebraska. Got you on my garage TV doing a little organizing. Did that tornado warning develop? No, it didn't. And in fact, it was canceled. There was a tornado warning for Antelope County earlier, but it was allowed to expire fairly quickly. I don't think the northern lights aren't a thing tonight. That is such a weird thing. I mean, I'm not an astronomer, so I don't know the specifics about it, but I do know that the northern lights and aurora borealis, that's a very finicky, really hard to predict exactly when and where. In fact, I think what happened this last time is it peaked during the day, so nobody was able to see it. Some days it's your day, some days it isn't. Weather's a funny thing. Absolutely right, Adam. What about Fremont? Jessica asks. Everybody in eastern Nebraska has a pretty good chance of storms. Just have to get here first. And there's, like I said, it's stuck. So I think Fremont will probably be sooner than Lincoln, probably just before midnight. How are the models looking for tonight? Jose asks. Are the standstill storms going to fill up the Platte? I hope so. That's a really good point. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But it can't all happen at once. Slow and sure is the best way to go. Well, let's see. Okay, we're going to look at this model. Kind of doing some behind the scenes stuff here. What about Lincoln? Connor asks. Probably after midnight. So this is an interesting model. Look what happens here. Here's 7 p.m. and that's about what's happening right now, right? Yeah, that's about what's happening. Watch what happens. Turns into a blob around 9 or 10 o'clock in southwest Nebraska. And then it turns into a line into from O'Neill to Grand Island to south central Nebraska, just west of Hebron by midnight. Then it moves east and runs into Lincoln about right there by 2 a.m. and then really gets going through Omaha. And sounds like I'm talking in a tunnel on Facebook. I don't know what to do about that. Let me see. Hey, Facebook friends, do I sound funny? Let me know. I'm wondering about that. Anyway, somebody just asked Grand Island, probably around midnight. See, I'm saying after midnight in Lincoln, probably closer to 2 a.m. Columbus, Fremont, you're looking at between midnight and 2 a.m. So, okay. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. So here's kind of what happens. So here's the storm system at 7, and then here's 8 o'clock. Turns into a block. It just kind of pushes south through 10 p.m. and then moves east. I mean, this is just weird. All right, we're going to try a different model. I sound fine? Okay, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, everybody. Any chance it starts sooner than planned? And you sound great. Thanks, Deb. Okay, good. I'm going to try this. What we were just looking at here is the NAM. We're going to go over to the HRRR, and then we'll look at I'm going to get rid of the cloud cover just because. So this is the HRRR. This one looks like it's a little overdone, but it's doing the same thing. See that strong storm? It blobs in southwest Nebraska around 10. But this one has it pulling north. See that? Whereas the NAM has it forming a line. This one's trying to do it. Trying to get into southeast Nebraska. It just can't. So most of that storm system stays to the north. All right, we're going to try a different one here. Let's try this. Oops, that was cloud cover. Okay, so let's back this up again. There's 8 p.m. This one, there's 11 p.m. There's midnight. Rolling through Lincoln around midnight. So this one has it a little sooner. And this is what's called the graph. This is a 3-kilometer North American high resolution. So it's a high res, really short-term model. It doesn't go very far out. In fact, this one only goes out to the 6 a.m. That's it. So it updates more often, but it's a very short period of time. So this one has the storms rolling through Grand Island about 10:30, Columbus around 11, Hebron around 11, Beatrice and Lincoln around midnight, and Columbus around 11 or 12, and eventually Omaha around 1 or 1:30. You're not happy until trying to find a model so it gets to Lincoln. Just in case. I mean, it's very possible we don't see, that Lincoln doesn't see storms, but if one shows it, I want to show it. You know what I'm saying? When will it hit Grand Island? That's kind of what we're talking about, Anna. Looks like right there, probably around 10, 11 o'clock. Gothenburg. Gothenburg is over here. I mean, it's close enough that it's could be any time. Where is Gothenburg? Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's go back to the severe weather. 1 second, guys. And if I miss your question, I apologize. I'm trying to answer 2 separate streams right now. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I am. Terry Brady, you're right. If I can find a model that shows it hitting Lincoln, I want to show that just in case. Okay, so there you go. There's what's happening now. Look at those storms between O'Neill and Valentine. That's interesting. Let's see, what time hitting Grand Island? Probably after 10. Same for Hastings, James. Probably after 10 p.m. Hallam, probably after midnight for Sammy. Is I-80 from Omaha to Grand Island going to be an issue for bad weather? Richard Rice? Yeah, probably. Scotts Bluff, lightning, thunder, and downpour. Yeah, that's nothing severe in the Panhandle right now, but that's what is going to be pushing everything east. Trent tells me it's been raining in Broken Bow forever. See, that's exactly right. That's what I was talking about. And they've got flash flood warnings all up and down. It's just been pouring and pouring and pouring over the last several hours. And that's all severe. Thanks, Jose. Let's see. Direction. There is no direction on this right now, Jeff. It's just kind of sitting there. That storm, it'll eventually get pushed east, but right now not much there is no, it's kind of moving northeast a little bit, but not by much. Hi there, JHH. Sarcasm for youth. Is this my daughter? It's not. Do you think our tornado chance will go up? I'm not sure where you're at. There's still a tornado threat out there. In fact, let me show you guys that. So here's the overall. All the way from Minneapolis to Lincoln to Wichita to Denver. The best chance for very strong storms tonight is in southwest Kansas into Oklahoma and Texas. Now, hail potential is there. Tornado threat is basically from northeast Nebraska, just where that line of storms is at right now. That's where your best chance for a spin-up tornado. We've had one already, didn't make it to the ground, but there was a good rotation. So it's obviously a possibility as we head through this evening that we could see more. That right there, the black hash marks, that's where 75 mile per hour or higher would be possible. Lincoln, probably 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts, a possibility. Nugget from a weather dude I followed a while. I lived in KC. The number one rule of weather forecasting is to look outside. And for 25 years, I've never done that. And I think how can I? I'm in a studio. And really, what does that tell you about 2 or 3 days from now? Now, if you want to know what's going on now, yes. But forecasting, Also is Kearney, Central Nebraska. Depends on who you talk to. Let's see. Heavy rain in Custer County, yes, flooding in spots. Thanks, Chris. Is it true Nebraska is going to get shafted with weather for the month of June? Well, there's heavy rain out there right now. So, Jesse, it's not looking like it. It looks like a heavy rain, definitely. We don't need hail in Sheridan County. Nobody needs hail. I agree, absolutely. Wheat looks too good. That's awesome. Hopefully that continues. All right, caught up there. Following the trend. So Kearney time frame for storms. Hang on, let me get off of this. I'm going to say Kearney. Let me save this. Kearney's probably after 10 p.m. What about Cozad? Sammy's asking about Cozad. Hang on, let me. What about Gothenburg? That's what I thought. If Cozad's really close, I mean, if you live in Cozad, I would just prepare for it. Let me see if I can get it to show up. There's Brady. There's Cozad. So Cozad is basically right there. I mean, it's going to be. It could be an hour. It could be a half an hour. It's close enough that it'll be soon. Any storms for Kearney? Yes, eventually. Tornadoes for Fremont, small chance at that, but still a chance. Is Gothenburg going to get hit tonight with storms? Yes, but I mean the severe threat is there. Gothenburg is right on the edge of the very for large hail. See, there's Gothenburg right there. Is it going to get hit tonight? I mean, when you say hit, yes, storms are going to hit Gothenburg. Will it be severe? It's very possible because there's severe storms that are 17 miles away. So yeah, pretty good bet of that. Is North Platte out of it yet? Whoops. No, North Platte is not out of it yet. Is there a chance for tornadoes in Council Bluffs and Omaha? Not really, no. Is Lincoln going to get anything? Yes, eventually. See, and Cassandra says, we always miss out on the fun weather. Did you miss Saturday? Saturday was fantastic. Storms rolled through Lincoln. We had rainbows, we had hail, we had lightning, we had all kinds of fun weather. So, see, people don't remember when storms actually hit us. I don't know why, but if it misses you, you remember that like a steel trap. Ooh. Let's see. All right, so there's that. Atari Forever is asking, I got a question for you, Rusty. Lincoln area, southeast Nebraska is considered what? Central Plains, Mid Plains, High Plains, Midwest? Depends on who you ask. It just does. There's so many different. I mean, I've called it the Midwest forever. It's also Central Plains. It's also Northern Plains. It's kind of on the edge of a whole lot of different things. JRT, short-term memory loss. Yeah, it's true. It just is. How are overnight storms looking for Lincoln, Omaha? I mean, I'm telling my friends and family to put their cars in the garage just in case. I mean, it's that time of year. Ashland and Waverly after midnight, Nisha. So if you're just joining us, we are, let me get caught up here, 7:30 and 7:30. Okay, those are, all right, there's only a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right now. You've got this over here, This is eastern Lincoln County until 8:15, and then western Lincoln County until 7:45. And for those of you new or unfamiliar with the county names, Lincoln County is in western Nebraska, or the western half of the state. The city of Lincoln is in Lancaster County in southeast Nebraska. I know, trust me. And then over here, severe thunderstorm warning for Dakota, Dixon, Union, and Woodbury until 7:45. What's the hail on the storms, and are they considerable or no? I was seeing golf ball earlier. Now it's basically just quarter size hail. Let's see. I texted your link to all my family in Nebraska. Thanks, Missing Piece. Honestly, in my opinion, missing us all the time is not normal. You mean storms missing you all the time? Just, it's not. I know. You want to believe that, but it's okay. What about Hawarden, Iowa? I don't know where that is. Jose, I get it. I know. But there's areas like right now, you could say that about it's missing this area right here. Why? What's going on there? The storms always go around us. Anybody can say that. Anybody. It just happens. Is this a derecho scenario? Not really. And really, we don't know if it turns into a derecho until afterwards. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the scenario. There's too many moving parts. And this thing isn't moving anyway. Speaking of moving. Yeah, there's a lot of, if you were to look at precipitation totals across the entire state over the year, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of spots that haven't seen rain. And so they're like, okay, what's happening here? Well, it's just the way the storms move, and sometimes areas get hit, sometimes they don't. It's just, I know if you're living in an area that doesn't get rain a lot, it seems like you get missed all the time because you're watching for it, you're looking for it, you think it happens. So when it does happen, you're like, see, I was right. But that's just not how it works. You're missing out on the times that it does hit you. Like on Saturday, it was pouring in Lincoln, but not in my house. I live in southeast Lincoln. We got like 5 drops. That was it. Barely rained on us. I think we ended up getting like 1/10 of an inch, where other parts of Lincoln got 1/2 an inch. So it just, seriously, it's not trying to look at you and only you. Okay, let's see. Okay, talk about Kearney City and Kearney County. Yeah, all right, Chad. It's the same thing. Kearney's in Buffalo, right? Kearney, the city, is in Buffalo, and Kearney County, there is no Kearney in Kearney County. Lincoln County and North Platte, Hershey, yep. Is the Fort Calhoun, Nashville area going to see this? No. Well, I don't know. I haven't looked that far east. Tornado threat on Lincoln. What is the severity of storms in Lincoln? The threat should diminish once it gets to southeast Nebraska, but still some strong winds, maybe some hail. But the tornado threat's really small in southeast Nebraska. Praying for rain in Gage County. Everybody in Nebraska is praying for rain, except for where that line is right now. Now they want it to stop. Northern Sheridan County, probably going to see some pretty good rain here pretty soon. Let me move that over for you. Whoops. See, Chadron's getting a good soaking right now. So yeah, Northern Sheridan County, Gordon, where I grew up, going to get some pretty good rain. Let's see. The Midwest is in the Ohio Valley, and Lincoln County is a couple 100 miles west of Lincoln. Make it make sense. Okay. What about Grand Island? What about Wallace? Yeah, storms are, once this all starts to move east, you will start to see all of south central and eastern Nebraska see storms. It'll just be, it has to start moving, and it hasn't quite. Looks like it's starting to now, but we really need that energy from western Nebraska to push everything east. Let's see. I was fishing at Oak Lake when that storm on Saturday came through. Got an alert on my phone that there was lightning within 10 miles, and within 10 minutes it was hailing. Jackson. Well, at least you made it back to your truck. Just heard a motorcycle go by about, well, it sounded like he was going by really fast. Would you say this is less severe than the last line of storms last stream? I don't know. Look by Ainsworth. Yeah, that's a good line of storms. I think what's happening is we're talking about this area right here. That is likely because of outflow boundaries. So these storms that formed, this line right here from North Platte to Sioux City, it's thrown out wind like this. And that acts as its own little frontal boundary, and it's almost like a mini cold front, and it can create its own thunderstorms out of that. I've seen more storms form because of outflow boundaries than a cold front. I mean, it's just because they happen all the time. So let's zoom into that area. From Purdom to Ainsworth to Stewart, Spencer. Let's see. Storms out by Scottsbluff, those are, the storms themselves are going northeast, but the entire system itself is moving east. And that will eventually move into the North Platte area. So yeah, it's headed towards North Platte again. Tornado threat for Blair. I like it when people, it's like they don't take the time to ask the question, so they just go, tornado threat for Blair. Is there? I know, you're asking if there's a tornado threat for Blair. It's a really small, here, I'll show you who, this is who has the tornado threat tonight. Hang on, let me get there. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. It's just, there. That's who has the tornado threat tonight. You do know where Blair is, right? Or anywhere else? Blair, Nebraska. Country Mile North, Blair, Nebraska. You guys remember that commercial? The car dealership in Blair? I don't see it in Lincoln, but I do see, when I lived in Fremont, I saw that commercial all the time. Does neutral affects severe weather? Jose, I don't know what you mean. Let's see. Erica Grund, glad to help. What about Grand Island? What about Wallace? Yeah, I answered those probably after 10 p.m. Ryan, no, probably by the time it gets that, once it gets into east, out of the Panhandle into the North Platte area, I think the severe weather threat's probably going to be gone. The severe threat is now for the North Platte area. All right, well, hopefully this is helping you guys out. Let's see. Jose is asking, Does La Nina affect severe weather? And that's a really general, broad question. Does it? Sure. Everything affects severe weather. The wings of a butterfly affect severe weather. Someone sneezing affects severe weather. La Nina, yeah, I mean, it moves things around. It moves the warm air and the cold air, and everything moves around. It doesn't directly impact severe weather, but it plays a part. Does anyone know why weather is just another term for weather instead of just weather, or is that just how it is? JHH, you're asking some weird questions, man. Starting to watch you a little bit. My moderator's starting to watch you a little bit. Just heads up. But I appreciate the questions. Just a spin-up tornado possible in that 2%. Mackenzie, yeah, that's right. What are your thoughts on the end timing for northeast Nebraska? It's going to be a while. It'll probably be overnight. I mean, this all still has to move east. So right now there's no severe weather out there for central and eastern Nebraska. There is for North Platte and that county, but everything else is non-severe. When is it going to rain in Lincoln? Probably after midnight. Maybe even probably closer to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Will Omaha see anything super severe? No. Super severe, no. In fact, this is kind of what I was talking about. Okay, there is Sishi, good to see you. There's your severe thunderstorm watch. That area right there is through 1 a.m. Notice it doesn't include Lincoln, Omaha, Beatrice. So it does include basically a line from Sioux City, Columbus, Grand Island to McCook, and then everybody west of there. So this area right here will still see storms, but right now they look like they'll be the non-severe storms, but it's still possible we see strong storms. But having a knockdown, drag out, it's going to be bad, severe weather outbreak in southeast Nebraska, no. Let's see. Okay, so here is, for tonight, this area in yellow is, if you're going to see hail or damaging wind, it'll be in that yellow area. The green shaded area, where Lincoln and Beatrice kind of cut right down the middle, still a chance, it's just not as good a chance. Now, hail, the area shaded in yellow has the best chance of seeing 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter hail. Will everybody in that yellow area see it? No. But the potential is in that area, and we've seen it already this evening. Tornado threat is right there. And we've already seen, there was one that was, I think, right up there, Antelope County. Haven't seen any twisties lately. Boy, that just made everything go black, didn't it? So that's your tornado threat. And then damaging wind. This was updated a little bit. See this area right here? So southwest Nebraska has a chance at seeing some damaging wind. It kind of extends all the way through the western half of Kansas. But all of Nebraska has a chance of seeing 60, 65 mile per hour winds. Cozad will likely see storms pretty soon. I mean, they're right there for Cozad. So just as soon as they start moving, you can just, they're like 15 miles away, but the storms are still kind of sitting there. Hopefully Lincoln can get some severe weather during the day this spring. I'd rather not have severe weather at all. That's just me. Oh, hey, I think that motorcycle arrived at my house. Did it, Chad? It was loud. You'd be amazed at what we can hear in this studio, and it never fails. We're on air, and I think they know it. Trucks, too. Loud muffler, glass packs. Twisties. Craig, it's all yours. Let's see. No worries, JHH. I know you're just asking questions, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Well, I think this is turning out pretty good. I wanted to try this tonight where I'm streaming on 2 different platforms. So I have Facebook over here and I have YouTube over here. And I'm able, when there's a little bit of a lull, now I don't know what's going to happen when it's like really busy, because there's probably going to be a lot of questions. But this seems to be working okay. Oh, let me get back to the storms as I'm chatting away. There we go. Starting to see it move a little bit now. See that line? If you put a line like right through here, it was stuck right there for a long time. But now this right here, starting to bend out a little bit, starting to move towards Grand Island. I want to see something. Thanks, JRT. Oh, it's on. Okay. Anyway, I'm seeing this kind of starting to move right there. That it's moving southeast of that line. So somebody was asking about Cozad. I mean, it's still, Cozad's right there between Lexington and Gothenburg. So those storms are still up there, but it's trying to move south now. Tammy Mars, you're welcome. So what creates the wind that we will see tonight? Like out of the storms? Or just in general? Kearney's probably going to see some pretty good storms. It's starting to move. John's asking about Kearney. I'm starting to see this area right here kind of push south a little bit. So Kearney, Grand Island, Hastings, probably eventually going to see something. The forecast has always been all these storms eventually end up down here. Like they push themselves south and then move east. So we'll see. Oh, Nebraska seems to be really windy, but where does the strong winds Nebraska gets come from? It's all sun related and low pressure and high pressure. So you get a strong area of low pressure that comes out of the Rocky Mountains. That's low pressure, and then high pressure builds in from the north usually. And so when they're close together, it squeezes it. And so it makes because when you have low pressure, the high pressure pushes the wind towards the low pressure, and then you eventually see the wind, and when they're close together, you see more wind. I spent probably a quarter of a semester in college learning all about that, so it's hard to explain in 10 seconds. But and the sun heats up the air, warm air rises, cold air sinks. That creates wind. Low pressure, high pressure, that creates wind. The jet stream gets low enough, that creates wind. So there you go. Thanks, Cameron. Good. Thanks for saying hi. In Kansas, Cheyenne County. Where is that? I don't know where that is. 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Hey, Bryce. By the time storms hit Kearney, will it be less severe by then, or can JHH? I would say that the potential for severe weather is there. Any time wherever this line ends up going, there will be a pretty good chance for strong storms, severe storms. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. So yeah, this cluster down here is going to come over here and mingle with it. Boy, this is all gonna, look what's gonna happen, you guys. Oh my. Okay, so you have all of this. You have this. This is all basically going to merge, that whole area right there. This stuff's going to go like this stuff's going to go like that, and it's all going to meet in southwest Nebraska, and then it's all going to push east. So there you go. That's what's going to happen. Let's see, somebody just asked for the future model, so let's take a look at that. Chad, knock it off. Okay, we are going to go look at, yeah, it could be, Chad. I mean, why not? Quit printing off. Severe thunderstorm warning for Sherman County. Quarter size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I can live with that. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, just fine. Okay. Oh, I thought I opened this. Oop, all right. Let's get a different one here. I want to look at this. See, that doesn't have anything from Kansas. Okay, see, now this is what we have to look for. We have to look for, there's storms coming out of Kansas. This model doesn't have that. Let's look at the HRRR short, this one. Okay, this one kind of has it. So there you go. So this is what it's doing. So you have that line of storms. It's about right there. I mean, that's good. And then, okay, so everybody asking what time is the storm going to hit my house? Like Brianna, you just asked what time for Lincoln. So watch this. This is what we're talking about. Let's see, who else? Is that tornado warning still in effect in Antelope County? Drew, no, that was gone a long time ago. Okay. So this really turns into something around 10 o'clock for basically all of western Nebraska. Dundee and Hitchcock, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Okay, then it moves into, see, this one has it all pushing north. There's 1 a.m. Has strong storms moving through southeast Nebraska around midnight to 1 a.m. So that's Lincoln, Beatrice, Hebron. Moves into the Columbus area around that time, Norfolk. And then quickly, see right there, from 1 to 3 a.m. for eastern Nebraska is your best bet. Okay, let me try a different model here. Um, this one kind of has that storm coming out of Kansas, but it has it moving more into central. This one doesn't make sense either. Sometimes the models just don't make sense. And you do what you got to do. This is where it's hard when you're an on-air meteorologist. If you're looking at models and you can't find one that makes sense, what do you do? Exactly. Will Lincoln get a brief spin up and severe weather? Cooper, probably not. The threat is really low for any kind of severe weather for Lincoln in southeast Nebraska. It's not impossible, but it would be like damaging wind and maybe some small hail. Let's see. Let's see how far this gets us. No, we just looked at that one. See, this one kind of has those storms coming out of Kansas, but okay, NAM. We haven't looked at the NAM. Let's look at that one. Kind of the same thing. Basically has everything staying north of I-80 with random thunderstorms in southeast Nebraska. Taylor, yes. Omaha has the same low risk as Lincoln. Thank you for showing the future forecast. You're welcome, Ryan. You're doing good, JHH. Make your own. Yeah. You know how long that would take? Make your own weather model. Yeah. There's so much that goes into those things. There are jobs, though, where you are part of a team that creates weather models. Okay. All right, so that's that. We're going to get, let's see. So notice this area is still seeing rain. Let me see, hang on. Let's see if I can get... Okay, so this is how much precipitation has fallen. Let's see. I'm gonna set this to 6. Okay, so this is over the last 3 hours, and this area in northeast Lincoln County. Oh wait, hang on. Radar estimated. Right there, 6 inches of rain. Wow. And then over here, this is almost 4 inches of rain right there. Thomas, I would. Thomas Harmon, turn your sprinklers off. Yeah. So far, just 2 areas of really heavy rain from Burwell, Broken Bow to North Platte. Is Deschler, Nebraska expecting anything severe? Hang on. Deschler, yeah, severe threat is there. If Amy, just keep an eye on things. Look at that. Look at all that lightning. Goodness. What a mess, too. Look at this. I'm going to zoom out. We're not alone here, folks. Look at that. All of this. And you're probably asking why only lightning's showing up in Nebraska. That's how my program works. It only does Nebraska, not anywhere else. But that's a whole lot of stuff there. Look at all that lightning. Oh, so much fun. Hail in Lincoln to be expected. Aaron, no, probably not. What Omaha looking at and timing? Catherine, just thunderstorms are possible. The severe threat's pretty small for Omaha, but worth keeping an eye on, just just in case. Let's see. Yeah, that's a. Let's see how much lightning is in Nebraska right now. Nothing in the Panhandle, which is weird. But anyway, let's go like this. 636 strikes. Now 525. Now 642. Hello, Prophet. So anything for Lincoln will be after midnight. Yes, Kimberly. There's still a lot of lightning, but when this thing first started got going, it was at like 1200. It was insane. So severe thunderstorm warning there. Flash flood warnings there. This is all starting to move southeast. Taking a sweet time doing it, though. Are those two lines going to merge? I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is they're basically going to stay stationary until something moves them, which will be what's coming out of the Panhandle and then what's coming out of Kansas. So that's all going to merge in the North Platte area, and then that will probably gather everything. It's going to be a mess is what it's going to be. So Cody, it's going to be interesting. What will the result be? It depends on which one is the dominant line, and right now it appears that one that's over North Platte. So sometimes they knock each other out, like two tops that are spinning, they run into each other and they just fall down. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you'll get a spin up though, if one's going this way and one's going this way and everything spins up. That happens. But I think timing will probably be overnight, and it'll probably just be rain is what it looks like. So this is a new camera on Facebook that I'm using. You can really see the ceiling, which you can't on the YouTube one. Anyway, so we got severe thunderstorm warnings now here. That right there for Dundee and Hitchcock. I think that was earlier. It goes until 9:15. When was that issued? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, that's a long time. let's see. Crystal's asking thoughts on tornado threat through the night in northeast Nebraska. Minimal, not zero, but minimal. I think right now is probably your best bet for the tornado threat. And I was kind of looking at this earlier. This is the area that has the best chance. Oh, that went black. Sorry about that. This area right here has the best chance for a tornado. And we've seen just like one or two so far tornado warnings. I think there was one that was like right here, and that was it. Artemis, yeah. Beyblades. My son went through that phase. Hasn't been a super active this year in Lincoln. Oh, knock on wood, man. Come on, Prophet, knock on wood. So this is the area that has a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. Hi, Jeff. Good to see you. Beyblades were cool, though. Loved it. Loved watching my son do that. Huh. All right. I get random severe weather alerts and reports. This one's from Goodland, Kansas, because we have a few counties in Nebraska that are monitored by Goodland. This one is in Cheyenne County, 16 miles northwest of McDonald. There's a ranch called the Black Tub Ranch. That's cool. Why would you? Why? I gotta know. I gotta know. Why did you name your ranch the Black Tub Ranch? Huh, that's cool. That's true, Prophet. It's not over yet. Is it time for W's? I haven't had any W's in the chat yet. Thanks, JRT. Sometimes I forget about that because I do appreciate it. And my daughter did get ice cream. If I posted it in my YouTube account and Facebook, if you're new to this, W is in the chat means if somebody like donates for the ice cream fund, because if anybody donates, I just take my kids out for like dinner or ice cream, something like that. But no W is in the chat yet. We haven't, no reason to right now. But the ice cream this weekend was good. It was really good. Bestie, we went to 402 Creamery. It was really good. All right, chat. Well, we're doing okay here. Nothing crazy bad. Storms, sure. Oh, see, there we go. Oh my goodness. Jillian. Daniel, thank you. W in the chat, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. I have to tell. That's. Thank you, Daniel. That's really nice of you. I'm texting my daughter right now. We're going for ice cream this weekend. Lots of W's. Thanks, you guys. That's awesome. I appreciate it. My kids appreciate it. They're the ones that benefit from this. If you guys keep doing it, I might just be able to send my kids to college someday. Are these storms picking up steam? A little bit. Yeah, they're starting to move. I think they're starting to get pushed around a little bit by some outflow from other storms, which happens. Just needs something to start pushing them. Hitchcock County in southwest Nebraska, 64 mile per hour wind gust near Stratton. But yeah, Nebraska, man, they're starting to. Are they moving fast to these? No, snail's pace, snails. But they're finally moving. They've been sitting in that same spot for the last 4 hours. Now they're finally starting to move east. Fill us in what and when to expect in and around Lincoln, Tammy. It'll likely be after midnight, closer to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Good old-fashioned thunderstorms is what I'm expecting in the capital city, Omaha, Beatrice, place of Columbus. Still could see some severe weather, but it would be the minimal kind. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, Tammy. Let's see. Yeah. Jose, no, but you're getting close. There are flash flood warnings. I just don't have them on there. But yeah, there's flash flood warnings. There they are. So here, let me get rid of the radar. See those greens? Those are your flash flood warnings. Wind, let's see. Bessie asks, what's more of a threat for Lincoln tonight, wind, hail, or flooding? Probably wind is what I'd go with. J-Tay-Tay, hey. W in the chat, you guys. J-Tay, as always, very much appreciated. This guys are so cool. I mean, now I really have to I'm going to take the kids out. Where should I take them? I mean, this is too much for just ice cream. Maybe I should take them to Big Red or Brewski's. What do you guys think? Thanks, Jay. I think I did that I did something on Facebook last time where I asked what I had a Friday off and where should I take the kids and I had so many good good ideas. Oh, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning. Look how far. Look at this. So you have this severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued right there, and that is 30 miles in front of it. My daughter just said, "Give some W's for Tay." W in the chat. She's so awesome. I would brag about my daughter. She did something that is absolutely incredible, but I don't want to embarrass her on social media, so I won't. But she did something pretty cool. All right, severe thunderstorm warning for Frontier, Chase, and Hayes until 9:15 Central. 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So that's why that southwest corner of Nebraska, nothing in there, but the storms are coming, and they're coming fast. Big Red has really good brownie sundaes. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, they are awesome. Rusty needs a six-pack every now and then, too. Bestie, you're right. Yeah, appreciate it, Jay. Tay, very appreciative. Let's see. Rusty, you see that red square, right? With the one in Colorado? Yeah, that's a tornado warning over by Sterling. Lightning, yeah, let me fire up the lightning here. Oofda. Okay, so let's count the bolts just for Nebraska. 747. Hey, that's an airplane. Ooh, 942. That's a lot. There's a lot of lightning out there. Oop, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for the county of Lincoln, which is where North Platte's at. What is the risk of tornadoes in Omaha from Chris and Luke? I don't think Omaha's going to see severe weather tonight, but thunderstorms are a possibility. Yeah, this seems to be working out all right. I got Facebook over there. I got YouTube over here. Got 2 computers running, so that's fine. Chris, if you're watching, engineer Chris, I don't think you are because you're going to be here later. But when we set up, if we do set up a new setup, having 2 working computers, 2 weather internet computers is probably going to be a good idea. Heck, maybe 3. Looks like Thor is throwing a rave party. When will it hit Southeast Lincoln? Jeb is asking. After midnight, probably closer to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So here's what's happening. We're watching this line. Look at it. Oh, did you see that last couple of frames? It's starting to go this way. So that might have been the first push. Is Lincoln in the bullseye? Gina asks. No, not really. Not really. I think basically west of Grand Island along Interstate 80, that's probably where the bullseye is at. Yeah, how crazy are the computers you all use for weather specs wise? Yeah, imagine they have to be able to handle a lot. They're solid computers. They're really expensive. Engineers tell me that the insides of it is some of the best they've ever seen. Here, let me. Let's see if I can get it up here. Let's see. Installed RAM is 64 gig. Processors Intel Xeon R W7 2.5 gigahertz. So it's not messing around. Is that large storm in western Kansas drifting towards southeast Nebraska? Kinda, yeah. This is all moving this way. Everything's gonna merge. That's basically what we've been watching. Just where and what happens. I mean, you've got this over here moving this way. You've got this going like this. And then you've got this area in the middle right there. So it's all going to come at us at once. Bestie, yeah, 64, I know. That's what I said. What was I looking at? Oop, power has gone out in Hitchcock County and blowing dust. That's not good. So Fremont and Lincoln are far enough east to avoid the majority of the weather tonight. Majority of the severe weather. Yeah, it's still a chance. I mean, we could see some damaging wind, and it really depends on what happens when everything merges and then pulls east overnight. I mean, we've still got a good 4 to 6 hours before it even gets close to eastern Nebraska. Pamela Nelson, thank you. Appreciate that. Gina, tornado risk in Lincoln? No. I mean, you can never say no completely 100%, but the threat is really small. But this is a fun storm to watch. Are those center storms dumping about an inch or more of rain an hour? Yeah, they really are. That's some solid rain. Let me see if I can. Okay, 1 second. Trying something here. Oh, here we go. Precipitation rate. Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah. So basically what this is telling you, the pink that you're seeing there, that is, okay, 1 inch is yellow. The pink, you're starting to get closer to 2 to 2.5 inches. So let me just right there. And that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this right here is 1.75 inches per hour. This right here is 1.5 inches. This right here, whoops. Okay, I want to zoom in on that. Hang on. Okay, that looks really heavy. So I am gonna test that spot right there. Yeah, that little nub right there, that little white spot is 2.58, and that one right there is 2.73. That is a deluge. Let's see. I missed a couple of questions here. Watching from Keith County. Hi, Lillian. Any idea how much rain Lincoln might get? I'm going to guess 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot. Will the tornado storm in Colorado go into Nebraska territory? Probably not. Tammy Douglas, that's a good idea. Giving me a restaurant option of Screamers. I've never been there. I know a lot of people like it, but Samuel, good evening. Glad to help Artemis. The Platte River could be really full. Oh, there's a severe thunderstorm warning, or is that just updated? That warning right there for Sherman until, oh yeah, it's just an update. 60 mile per hour, it's until 9 o'clock. It has 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. So what's happening is this thing's now starting to move. It's starting to move south and east a little bit. You can kind of see how it's just dropping. The last couple of frames it's starting to drop a little bit. So now it's going to start going like this. Severe thunderstorm warning for McCook. So if you're in and around the McCook area, you're looking at 60 mile per hour wind gusts associated with that. And it's, I mean, look what's happening here too. You've got these things are going to run right into each other. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this. Chat, check this out. You've got this storm right here, and then this storm right here. Oh my. Oh my. That's going to be somewhere in southwest Nebraska is going to be a mess. That is going to be a mess. Oh. And it's going to happen fast. Probably in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Bestie asks, is there, oh wait, Hannah Johnson, is there a tornado risk for Kearney? Small risk, yeah, just a small risk. When these storms kind of run into each other, there's going to be, I mean, it won't be like large, long track, dangerous tornadoes, but a spin up, weaker tornado is a possibility. Bestie asks, when you look at the regional radar, National Weather Service sites, how do they watch storms that are out of reach? They've strategically planted National Weather Service offices thinking of that. So you have one, there's one that's right here, there's one that's right here, there's one that's right here, there's one that's over here, there's one that's up here, and there's one that's over here. So basically they're just far enough away from each other that when one starts to lag, the other one picks it up. See, that's exactly what's happening. These storms are going to run right into each other. That is a confirmed tornado right there over by Sterling, Colorado. Thunder in Gothenburg, yeah, Tyler, it's finally made its push south and east. Let's see, it's 8:30. Hang on, I want to fix this. I'm tired of looking at this. This is weird. I'm going to fix this. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so this area right here. Nope, messed it up. Hang on. Like this. That goes until 1 a.m. This area right here goes until 8 p.m. local time, and then all of this down here goes until 10 p.m. If storms run into each other, is that worse than one catches another moving in the same direction? It all depends on what's happening. It can be worse when they run into each other if they're both really strong and they don't want to budge. That's when it's like a top, and you just start getting spins. When you say storms collide with each other, I think this could be the perfect storm. Well, it's either that or they cancel each other out. And tornado watch, no, everything's in place right now that's going to be in place. So no, I don't think a tornado watch is going to be an issue. I'm kind of watching the Facebook feed, and it has closed captioning, auto, and it's pretty good. I have estimated rainfall totals. Oh, that's a good question. Let's see if I can see what's up with that. We may have to do some adjusting, so hang on. Let me find it first. Here it is. Okay. Let me change this to 10. Okay, and we are looking at, okay, this is a HRRR. Okay, so these are usually pretty good. Okay, nothing has changed off of this one. So you're looking at, and this is from 10 p.m. on, not what has fallen now. This is additional rainfall from 10 o'clock on. So another 1 to 2 inches in parts of central Nebraska. RFM would be after midnight and maybe some small hail. Okay, I'm going to change this accumulation to a different one here. Let's look at, I want to look at this. I'm not sure this can show graph. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's temperature. Oops. Graph. There we go. Oh, that's 18Z. Where's the latest? We're just going to do this. So this is interesting. This one has, by 7 a.m., decent, and I trust this model. This is actually a decent model. It's short range. It's showing the precipitation. It's an in-house model. I kind of like this. Another 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches in central Nebraska, and possibly a 1/2 inch to 1 inch for a good portion of eastern Nebraska too. That's good. I like that. RFM. Okay, Zesto. Now I have to tell, thank you first, RFM, thank you. W in the chat, you guys. But I have to tell my daughter this is for Zesto, because I have to take her to Zesto. Thank you very much, RFM. Just Carl. Okay, I'll just call you Carl. Thank you, though. Very nice. You guys are all awesome. Okay, so there's your rainfall potential. Topeka, Kansas. Jillian says, W, ice cream fund. I'm going to save this because I like this. I'm going to save this for the show tonight. So whoever asked to see rainfall totals, who was that? Devious? Appreciate that. I really do. That's very helpful. Oh, dang it. W means win. It's like it's a win. Okay, there we go. What were we looking at? Hot fudge malt. Done, Sue. Love it. Topeka. Somebody was asking about Topeka. Hang on. Let's see. So here's your watch. This is who's expecting. Where's Topeka? It's right there, right? No, that's Salina. Over here. There's Topeka. No, I mean maybe storms tomorrow, but I think by then it'll be a lot weaker. Flying out of Omaha at 7:20 and need to drive from Lincoln about 4:30. Think it should be done by the drive. Flight time. No, I think you're probably going to be driving through thunderstorms, but the severe threat is small. I mean, if you can drive through rain, you'll probably be okay. Okay, so back to here's your severe weather threat for. Oh, sorry, I went black there. See, Topeka is in the green, so maybe 1 or 2 strong storms, but that's about it. See, she W in the chat, you guys. Oh, I need to take Jillian out, and Jillian and Bryce for dinner. Thanks, Sishi. You guys are just awesome. Let's see. Forgot to look over here at Facebook. But thanks again, Sishi. Very cool. Northwest Lincoln area getting it bad, question mark. Michaela, no. I think just good old-fashioned thunderstorms a possibility. I mean, we're on the edge. We could see a strong storm or two, but right now it doesn't appear that it's going to be an issue. Okay. Look at all this mess, though. Goodness sakes. Artemis, yeah. I mean, they know what they're doing at the airport. So if it needs to be delayed, they'll delay. And there's just nothing you can do about it. They won't leave early. I know that much. Unless everybody's on the plane and they can leave early and it makes sense, then sure. But 9 times out of 10, if they just need to delay, they delay. And there's, they'll try to make up time and do what they have to do. But sometimes you just can't avoid it. Hi there, Logan. Those guys are, I mean, they've got their own meteorologists. Airline pilots know what they're doing. It's hard to be delayed by weather, but it happens a lot. Lillian, the original Twister movie is on cable TV. If it was on here, I'd shut everything down and watch it. I wouldn't even want to do weather at 10. I'd just watch Twister. Will it weaken south of Bassett and Ainsworth? Any of these storms still have the potential to be severe. Any of them. So, no, nothing's going to weaken. Can we see the short-term future radar? Sure. And just a heads up, we're getting to that 9 p.m. weather frame or time frame again. And I'm probably going to have to shut it down for a little bit. I may try to keep it going on Facebook, I'm not sure. Let's see. So I'm going to use that one. Okay, so this is looking pretty solid. I think this is kind of what's happening. I mean, there's your midnight, rolls into Lincoln, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So there you go. Through Grand Island around in the next couple of hours. Columbus, Lincoln, Beatrice, Omaha. And then after that, still some more storms out there, but non-severe. So by 6 a.m. it does look like just good old-fashioned rain. Anybody want to help Rick out? Rick Roars, appreciate the question. I mean, you don't have to, but thank you. I think underneath, where it's next to the chat, there should be like a little dollar symbol. I think if you click that, I'm not sure. It surprises me that anybody does it to begin with. So thank you. Okay, so back to the radar. No. Let's see, is Cambridge going to get hit? Anybody has a chance of seeing storms tonight. So yeah, I mean, if anywhere in Nebraska has a pretty good chance for seeing storms. Abigail. Trent, if it's really cold in Springview, then you're probably not going to see severe weather. That frontal boundary's probably moved through. It's your thunderstorm warning for Phillips, Furnace, Harlan, Rooks until 9:30. There's a lot of severe weather going on. Let me. good. Y'all tip your waiter for good service. Why not your weatherman? Thanks, Carl. Ham radio, that's true. Love the ice cream. Love the W in the chats for ice cream. Love it. My kids do too. I finally was able to. This is Jillian's favorite place to go is Scoops, and I finally told her, okay, we're going somewhere else. I mean, let's go somewhere else. She didn't want to, but she loved it. She liked it. It was great. Uh-oh. All right, guys. I'm going to have to shut it down because we have a recording that we have to do. And no, you're fine. I'm closing down. You'll wait. Okay. All right, guys. I got to go. I will be back after the 10 o'clock news. So thank you, everybody. And thanks again. I'll be back soon, I promise.